Good day, all. This is Hippy Sue to the rescue. I am reading chapter 4 of my book, Decisions, Opportunities, or Fate. And you are going to check out that little girl and see if she's a ghost. Oh, I guess a couple of things I need to tell you here. I have my girl Belle. She's like one of those little hellions and likes to come in on the conversation and cause havoc. So heads up on that one. Also, my book is copywritten, so all rights reserved. And on chapter 4, you are going to check out the little girl. Jordan wishes you luck and heads on her way for supper. You grab both map and flashlight provided, slowly making your way to the door in your room, leading to the deck. Peeking around the corner, there she is, hovering way down at the end of the deck, still dressed in her white hospital gown. She disappears, reappearing at the bottom of the stairs, leading to a footpath, motioning once again with her hand to follow her. Stepping outside, it is obvious dusk has fallen. A slight breeze sends a shiver up your spine. Taking a deep breath, you remind yourself this ghost is only a girl, younger than you, and she cannot hurt you. Gripping your flashlight and map, you edge your way through the deck, downstairs to the footpath. Curiosity overpowers you, watching intensely as the girl continues to hover down the dirt footpath, stopping at a T-junction, pointing to her left, your right. You jaunt quickly over to the girl. Hi, what's your name? To your surprise, she answers. Alice. Are you a ghost? I don't think so. I'm staying at the same villa as you. You must be getting to that really sick stage too, eh? Sick? Well, sick with what? Tuberculosis, silly. What else would you be sick with? Everybody that lives here has it, and most die from it. You continue listening, noticing how Alice has yet to touch the ground, convinced she is a ghost now for sure. Her voice breaks your concentration. My mom is here too. Since she is sicker than I, she is confined to the sanatorium, pointing to the hospital. She continues. I don't get to see her much anymore. They haven't given her a pass to see me in over a month now. I climb over roofs, sneaking in to see her at night sometimes. Did you want to go meet her? Maybe. What's over there? You point to your left. That would be the way to my village and the main garden area. I used to live there with my mom and dad. That was before they got really sick. That was about maybe 6 months ago. I haven't found my dad yet. That's where I used to go to school before they moved me here. It's right over there. She points down the path to an old, run-down, half-demolished wooden building, possibly a shell of a school. Do you want to go see the village? I will take you to the garden and show you something really neat. Or I can take you to meet my mom. She would love to meet you. Wow, hard decision. Should you go meet Alice's mom? She too is probably a ghost. But taking a walk through the village at night would be thrilling to say the least. What should you do? Meet Alice's mom or take a tour of the village? If you have decided to take a tour of the village, continue reading on. If you decided to meet her mom, turn to chapter 19. Following along next to the young girl, you listen intensely. Welcome to my tour. Please listen to all rules and stories. She doesn't seem to notice a woman catching the corner of your eye. She disappears, reappearing right next to the young girl, but neither of them seem to notice, just you. Excuse me, ma'am, states the woman. Have you seen my daughter? I know she is looking for me, but I can't find her. Can you help me? What's your name? What's her name? You turn back to the woman only to find her gone, nowhere to be seen or heard. Hi, I'm Alice. Come follow me. Excitement raises in the young girl's voice. We have horses, pigs, cows, and chickens. We have to feed them and water them and gather eggs. There behind the church, she points northeast from where you are walking. Alice continues, this is the dance hall. My parents used to take me here every Friday evening. That was before they got sick and my dad died. Now my mom lives in a sanatorium. I haven't seen her in over a month. The dance hall stands tall with fresh paint and clean windows, and you hear people laughing, singing, and dancing to fiddle music. Next, Alice points to a building still carrying the name Fire Hall, explaining, I used to have a lot of fun here before I was sick. There was a fireman here, and he was friends with my dad. He used to let me sit in the fire truck, pointing at the old, rusted, horse-drawn fire truck, a hose-drawn apparatus containing hose reel, hose wagon, and reel, ladder carrier, and hand pump hangs half attached. You try to imagine horses pulling this old fire truck and how much fun it would have been to ride one. Alice continues. Next is the most important part of my village, that church, pointing to the old empty shell of a church. Not even a door is left hanging, she explains. When visiting the church, I always sweep the floors and will wipe down the pews along with both the front and the back entrances. There's no floors or pews, and directly through the church are nothing more than rows of knee-high weeds. Alice continues, once the church is cleaned, you're allowed in the garden and the graveyard, two amazing places to visit. If you follow the rules and pull the weeds and water the garden, it will produce the most amazing reward. You think about the clue. You must work with nature to find the golden key. Making a mental note, you continue to follow Alice as she makes her way to the next dilapidated building. This is the school. Isn't it just beautiful? Every morning our teacher would pick flowers for her desk. They always smelled so fresh with almost the sweet taste of them. I wish I could still go there, but I'm too sick to be around other kids right now. That's why they moved me to the villa. You wonder to yourself why it is possible for her to give a tour but not be able to attend the school. You must make sure to clean the blackboard for the teacher so she can become very upset and make you stay after school to help clean before she leaves. You stand there in front of a frame of a building, not even a single wall remains. Only reason it might be referenced as a school may be the pile of old wood school desks with chairs still attached to some. Other chairs have been broken off and piled on top, making a small hill in the center of the frame. In a corner leans an old painted blackboard, all peeling and crumbling apart. Alice continues. Over here is like a little village within a village. This is where my parents and I lived when we first came here about a year ago. I didn't understand why we had to move out here at first. Guess I was a bit too young to understand how sick my dad really was. Sadness begins to inch its way into your heart. I'm so sorry, Alice. What was he sick with? Tuberculosis, of course, silly. Everybody who lives here has it. Some die much faster than others. My dad died very fast. We were living here just a few days when Dad was moved to the villa, then the hospital, where he would get a day pass to come and visit us. But when he was moved into the sanatorium, I never saw him again, not even at his funeral. He was buried in the graveyard. Mom and I planted a special tree there for him. You continue walking, listening, and observing everything Alice says and does. Isn't it neat in here? How all these cabins are in a circle and they have a yard with a gate that connects with the other neighbor or family. I used to have so much fun in that playground in the center. Looking, all you see is reminiscence of an old hand water pump with some sand patches here and there. You make your way into the cabin. Surprisingly, this one is still standing and in pretty good shape. You push your way through the door hanging from only one hinge. The cabin is very small. In one of two rooms is 4 army cots all lined up side by side against one wall, footlockers located at the end of each one. Dirt, dust, and spiders are living here, encasing everything with their webs and sacks of eggs. An old rusted burning wood burning potbelly stove sits between the back walls in a second room, with a window to the left of it, and a tainted hand washing basin with water canter sitting on the counter attached to the wall on the right side. There is no sink and no bathroom. Rather, it is more like just a sleeping area with a possibility of cooking something on the wood burning stove. A small table leans against the wall with one leg missing and two half broken wooden chairs leaning against it in the center of the room. You imagine moms and dads with their children, all sitting at tables, eating supper, laughing, enjoying their day. How hard it must have been to move from a home to a place where everyone around you is sick and dying. Before long, you come across a path leading to the lodge, taking you right back to where you started. Behind you, Alice's voice fills with excitement. Remember to always pick weeds and water in the garden in the evening before dark and pick vegetables in the early morning. When entering the church, always sweep entrances and clean pew so you can get into the garden. When entering the graveyard, always light a candle and place flowers for those who are no longer with us, like I do for my dad. Plus, just a heads up, if you plan on stopping in the fire hall, be ready to feed and water some horses. Looking back at Alice, wanting to thank her for such an informative tour of her village, you find her gone. Instead, you notice the same woman now hovering at the T-junction at the end of the deck attached to the lodge. What do you do now? Go check out the garden? Or maybe go and chat with the woman? If you decided to check out the garden, continue reading on. But if you decided to go and chat with the woman, turn to chapter 20. You run back to the lodge to grab Jordan. Hey, Jordan, want to come and look around the village? There's a garden there. Let's go look in the garden for the golden key. We can go for supper later. With a mental note of golden key activated and a big grin, you head for the pathway through the village. Hey Jordan, do you think we will ever find that golden key? Chasing after you just as excited. Oh, I sure hope so. It did say to work with nature to find one. Maybe that would be a great idea to check out the old garden. What do you think? Suddenly there before you in the deadly bright reddish orange aura radiating from the ground up behind the shell of the church, still standing among nothing more than weeds. Wow, look at the sunset. It has such an inviting warmth. Let's go. You pick up your pace. Down the path to the church you go. As soon as you step off the path, you see a note hanging in midair, as though it should be like hanging on the door of the church, maybe. You move closer, Jordan right next to you. It reads, Rules of Entry. Wipe down doorways with duster, sweep floor with straw broom, and dust pews with soft cloth. Jordan barely squeaks out, Can you see that note? I sure can, but not sure how to follow the rules with the church in this type of disarray. Any ideas there, Jordan? Not really. Why are you so okay with this? Well, to be honest, Jordan, I am not okay with this, but I do think that golden key is back there in the garden somewhere. So come on, let's pretend that we have what we need to follow those rules, pointing back at the note hanging in midair. Jordan pretends to pick up a straw broom and starts mimicking sweeping the entrance way to the church. You pretend to grab a feather duster and start dusting non-existent doors, placing it on an old shelf on your way into the church. Jordan continues pretending to sweep through the entire church, leading into a possible backyard entrance, stopping, turning to watch while you continue pretending to dust pews with a soft cloth, continuing on to pick up a pretend feather duster. dusting the doors before setting it down next to the pretend cloth and walking through the door frame. Well, Jordan, that didn't seem to do much, did it? Work with nature. That's what it said, right? Maybe we should pull some weeds. There's more than enough to choose from around here. Yeah, might as well, right? Something has to work. Jordan kneels down on the hard, cracked dirt covered with dried up old weeds. You can feel the warmth of the sun becoming more intense while kneeling across from Jordan, noticing she has yet to get one weed to release its death grip. You reach over to help, grabbing the weed too, and pulling with all your might. Wow, this thing is never gonna come out here. It's never gonna let go. You notice a small bucket sitting next to an old well hand pump, barely attached to the ground. You stand up, walk over, and start moving the handle of the pump up and down, faster and faster until water starts spitting out into the bucket. Hey Jordan, there's water in this old well. Can you believe it? Let's try watering the reed first. You know, little pretending, like pretending it's a garden. Jordan runs over to help, picking up the bucket once full, heading back to the pile of weeds. Hurry, Jordan, run! There's a hole in the bucket. By the time Jordan gets to the weeds, the bucket is almost empty. Only a small trickle of water finds its way out, dropping on only one weed. Like magic, the weed turns back to life, surprising the hell out of you both, sitting on the ground looking at each other with bewilderment. What the hell just happened, Jordan? Why are you asking me? I have no clue. You're the one who wanted to come in here. Okay, let's not get upset with each other over something that we kind of need to witness, right? Let's try, I don't know, pulling this weed that came back to life. Again, you both reach for the weed, pulling with all your might, getting tossed back on your ass as the weed now resting in your hands. Then it disappears. The golden light begins to shine so bright it makes your eyes close. Slowly you open them and realize the bright light is coming from the graveyard. It's hanging in a tree. With one hand, you grab Jordan's elbow. Jordan, are you all right? I think we just found the golden key. You point to the tree in the graveyard, showing her where you see the key hanging. Together you walk up to the podium of the golden lantern sitting on it and the wooden matches in the waterproof case next to the lantern. You remember the rules of lighting the candle and leaving flowers as you light the lantern. There's only one flower growing in the graveyard, so you pick it, taking it up to the tree, then laying it on the gravesite. You notice the names: Mother Alice, Father Jean, and daughter Alice Jean. You say a prayer and reach for the golden key hanging from a branch of the tree. Jordan stands right next to you. Oh my God. It is the golden key. Now what? Before you can even respond, poof, you find yourself teleported right into a very dark and cramped space. What the hell happened? Where are we? Jordan, are you still with me? You reach into your backpack for a flashlight, turning it on, immediately shining it around, looking for Jordan. I'm right here behind you. I don't have a clue where we are. It kind of looks like a tunnel, don't you think? Jordan grabs her flashlight, turns it on, and starts walking. It does, doesn't it? Let's go check it out. You follow Jordan down a dark, musty dirt tunnel. Coming to the end, Jordan leans against the wall, looking at you. Well, I guess we're in a big pickle now, aren't we? We are never going to find that secret door. Suddenly, Jordan falls through the wall, landing who knows where as it closes behind her. Fear starts inching its way closer and closer as you reach out, touching the wall. Oh my God, Jordan, where did you go now? Can you hear me? I'm right here behind the wall. You won't believe what I just found. Come on, just lean against the wall like I did. You position yourself with your back against the wall and lean back. Instantly, the wall flips around, ending up right in front of a speakeasy. There stands two goons on either side of the swinging saloon-style doors, dressed in their black and chalk-striped three-piece suits, a white pocket square nonchalantly folded in their pockets, black fedora upon their heads, a cigar hanging from their mouth, and Tommy guns in their hands. What? Where are we now, Jordan? I have no idea, but I don't think they can see us. Do you think that means we're ghosts now? Well, I sure the hell hope not, Jordan. Only other choice is what? We went back in time, maybe? Yeah, sure. Yeah, we can go with that. I don't want to be a ghost. Well, not yet, anyway. Okay, so Tommy gun, speakeasy, they're closed. It all tells me we went back to what, Prohibition time, maybe? You can hear relief in Jordan's voice. Prohibition time. Perfect. So that's what, between 1920 and 1933? Great, this should be fun, don't you finger? How are we ever going to find the secret door now? You both stand back, listening in on the conversation between the goons. You can hear jazz music, laughing, clinking of glasses, and the smell of cigar smoke all radiating from the speakeasy. Can you believe our boss is? Brother Sergeant Major D. Otis plans to arrest him for bootlegging. Amazing, isn't it? Good thing we have everything set up underground now. It'll be much easier to avoid him. Yeah, one would think so, but still, I don't trust his brother won't be able to find him, or us for that matter. A handful of men stumble in front of the speakeasy, digging into their pockets, pulling out silver coins, paper money, whatever they have, handing everything to the goons on their way in. Well, Jordan, I'm convinced that they can't see it or hear us. So let's go and check out that speakeasy. You and Jordan walked right by the two goons without a thought, directly into the speakeasy. There before you are gangsters playing poker, smoking cigars, laughing and grabbing every waitress that walks by. They don't seem to mind, rather they are more than happy to appease their patrons. A woman standing behind the bar wears a gorgeous black and gold beaded flapper dress with beaded hanky hemlines exposing her thighs. A feather boa drapes over her shoulders. A long pearl necklace hangs loosely around her neck, with long dangly pearl earrings to match. She wears heavy makeup with bright red lipstick. A feather forehead band beaded gold sits upon her bobbed hairdo, and most amazingly, fancy gold T-striped pumps with moderate heels for dancing purposes. With a long, slender black and gold cigarette holder between her fingertips, she serves all the male drunks with a smile on her face, motioning for waitresses to take care of these very men. All waitresses wear the same style of flapper dress, only difference being where hers was gold beading, they have jade beading. To the left of the bar, a well-dressed man sits at the piano with another well-dressed man standing next to him, producing the most amazing jazz music. Three flapper women can be seen dancing, drinking, and enjoying the attention they are getting from the men around them, reacting to the swishing noise made when twisting their bodies back and forth as they dance. A man sits passed out with his head on the table. Nobody seems to care. All of a sudden, the mood in the speakeasy changes. Whispering is heard instead of music. All seem ready to run. Hey, Jordan, is it, this is quite the place, wouldn't you think? Can you hear what they're saying? It got pretty quiet in here. I don't know, I think they're whispering something about cops. You try to get closer, just a little closer to one of the tables, hoping to hear something, anything, when all of a sudden a woman from behind the bar yells, "Sylvia, hurry!" A voice from afar, "I'm coming, Constance." Constance runs out from behind the bar, aiming straight for Jordan. "Hurry, quick, take the hush money and pay him off. I'm sure if we pay his brother off, he will leave us all alone." She tosses out the bag of money towards Jordan's hands, so of course Jordan goes to grab it. All of a sudden, the hand comes right through her stomach, grabbing that bag of money and pulling it right back through. Whoa, Jordan. Well, I guess that really proves they can't see us now, doesn't it? Jordan's still looking at her stomach with her hand, touching it. So we decided we went back in time, right? Not that we're ghosts, right? Oh my God. You know what? I'm starting to think maybe we might be ghosts. Oh, Jordan, calm down. How could we have become ghosts? It's not like we died or anything, right? Before she can even respond, the two goons guarding the speakeasy come storming through the doors, Tommy guns in their hands, just aching to fire. Get out, everybody, get out! Constance, get that hush money now. Cops are coming. Rapid fire of Tommy guns can be heard in the distance. You stand there watching as everybody scatters. Even the guy passed out face first on the table wakes up and runs for his life. You observe Constance and Sylvia running down the hall and into the closet. Did you see that, Jordan? Yeah, sure did. Let's follow them. You walk side by side down the hall, making a smart-ass comment. Huh. Hey, how crazy are they running into a closet? The cops will find them there for sure. Jordan reaches for the doorknob, pulling the door open to find the closet empty. Wow, look at that. They got away after all. Jordan walks into the closet. There has to be a secret passage here somewhere, wouldn't you think? Touching the top half of the walls and the ceiling, finding nothing. You make your way in, sitting on the floor with your legs crossed. Might as well get comfy and watch the show, since cops are coming and all, right? You lean back and watch Jordan continue to search for the secret passage. Boom, back you go, falling right into yet another tunnel. Jordan, get in here. There's another tunnel. Jordan, can you hear me? I can hear you, but the wall closed and I don't know where it opens. Jordan, just sit on the floor and lean back. You know, like I was, you'll follow right through, like I did, right into it. Come on. By the time Jordan falls back into the tunnel, you have your flashlight out ready, already looking around. Once again, it's dark, musty, dirt tunnel leading who knows where. On the other side of the tunnel wall, you can hear, Sylvia, hurry, take the hush money and go pay Sergeant Major Dean Otis. Quick, run. Do that and get out of here so you don't get arrested for prostitution. I cannot afford that right now as well. I'm going to run to tell the boss his brother is near. Okay, Constance. Don't you get caught now. Will we meet above the ground or in the opium den? I'll meet you in the den later. Now go. You look at Jordan. Opium den? This has to be Prohibition era. Let's follow Constance and find out who this boss guy is. Jordan agrees. You both head down the tunnel, listening for footsteps of Constance. When finding the end of the tunnel, you look at Jordan. Oh my God, well, this time, how about we just try both leaning against the wall and see what happens? It works. As soon as you both lean against the wall, it flips you around, tossing you both into a large, upmarket, and very stylish bedroom containing all handmade and carved oak furniture. King-size four-post bed with plush velvet emerald green duvet drapes over it, caressing a beautiful young woman wearing a deep purple spaghetti-strap corset, laced up the front, ties hanging loosely at her cleavage. She reaches over to the nightstand, letting her long curls brush over her shoulder. A cigarette awaits her touch. Sliding it slowly into her opera-style gold-plated holder, she kisses a gold-plated lighter. With a quick flick, she lights her cigarette, taking a slow drag, watching a very handsome man dressing in front of her. She slides her fingers slowly down her corset, showing how well it shows off her perfect figure, pulling lightly on her garter belt strap, saying, Did I do it right for you there, sexy crazed man? Did you want some more sweet cheeks? She drags her fingertips across her deep purple fishnet stocking, going down her inner thigh. Grabbing her ankle, she pulls her leg up, holding onto her heel of her stiletto. Want some more, big boy? I'm ready for you any time. He stands tall in front of the beautiful hand-carved octagon-shaped mirror sitting perfectly on the dresser. Watching her every move, the smell of sweet sweat lingers in the air. With a slight smile, he reaches for his black tailored suit pants, pulling them over his muscle-bound legs, sliding them over his firm buttocks. He turns, leans over the woman, grabbing her leg from her hand. He flips her over and playfully slaps her buttocks. I would love to spend my entire night with you, sexy lady, but you know how it works. Time to get up and make us some money. Just then the door swings open without an introduction. Constance waltzes in straight to the handsome man, taking her hand and slowly running her fingertips down the side of his face. I trust all is good and going well for you tonight, Hans. Standing up, he turns his back to the woman on the bed, grabbing Constance's booty, pulling her close. Perfect now that you are here, sexy. Kissing her on the neck, looking back at the young woman and winking. She smiles back and pats the bed with her hand. Constance begins to speak, and anxiousness begins in her voice. Oh, not tonight, Hans. Your brother is here. We need to get you out of here, like, instantly. Hans stands before the mirror, looking back at the woman. Okay, get yourselves out of here. I will follow soon. We don't need you getting arrested. I will take care of my brother if need be. The women race out of the bedroom, no questions asked. You and Jordan both stand there in amazement, watching him continue getting dressed as if he has no care in the world. First, he reaches for his freshly pressed white shirt, sliding each arm in using diamond cufflinks to keep the sleeves together at wrist, pulling them firmly before putting lime green tie on. Next, he does his zipper up, tossing a vest on, matching his black pants, doing up a single button. He reaches for a gold pocket watch attached with a gold chain from the dresser, attaching the chain to his left pocket, checking the time on the watch and putting it in his right pocket. Next, he grabs his gold and diamond ring, putting it on his pinky finger, shining it with a quick rub on the vest before reaching for the diamond buckle belt. He stands in front of the mirror, admiring himself, and a deep, big smile on his face. Next, reaching for his matching tailored suit jacket, topping it off with a red rose pinned to his breast pocket, and a black fedora with lime green silk wrapped around the base. From there, he walks calmly into the next room. The smell of cigar smoke lingers in the air. Wow, that was rather different, wouldn't you have to agree, Jordan? Hmm. Jordan sits on the cedar trunk, accented with emerald green velvet, located at the end of the bed. Okay, yeah, that was just way out of there, you know. Was that like all real? Where do you think we are? Put your hand on Jordan's shoulder. Honestly, I have no clue where we are or why we are even here, or how to find that damn secret door. But I figure we need to keep going. So what? Follow this Hans guy and see what happens to his brother? Yeah, might as well, right, Jordan? It just can't get any worse, can it? Sounds of Tommy guns firing in the distance as you make your way to the next room. There sits Hans, relaxing in an oversized armchair, reading what looks like a newspaper. Sounds of Tommy guns are getting closer with voices attached. Hans, we are coming for you. I will take you down. Hans stands, straightens his suit, and grabs a dark blue overcoat, opens the door, and walks through. You both follow it, realizing was met by the same two goons who were standing at the front doors of the speakeasy. Come, boss, we need to take you out of here. Nicely motioning for Hans to walk ahead of them, he surrenders to the request, heading right for a wall and walking right through. Goons follow right behind. Okay, Jordan. Now this is a big test. How did they just walk through a wall? Jordan walks over, fading the closer she gets. Jordan? Jordan, where the hell did you go? I'm right in front of you. Can't you see me? It is not until you are face to face with her that you are able to see her again, noticing how two walls are overlapping, leading into another tunnel. As you make your way through the tunnel, you can hear the goons suggesting that they go to the opium den and make sure all is good before they leave. Hans disagrees and tells them it's time to go above ground. Around another corner, you begin to hear a different language. Jordan, can you hear that? It sounds like people speaking Chinese. Yeah, actually, I can hear them. I wonder why they are down here in these tunnels. I don't know, Jordan. It's prohibition time, right? At least that's what we think it is. Anyways, they're probably the Chinese immigrants our parents used to talk about. Come on, Jordan. Do you remember? I guess that's all the stories of Chinese immigrants living underground in tunnels. Our parents used to talk about them all the time. Oh, yeah, right. Yes, I remember those stories. They were horrific. I still can't imagine being banned from Canada. Doesn't seem like that is what our country stands for. Yeah, I agree. Not only did our government ban the Chinese from Canada, dividing their families, but they put a head tax on them. First $50, then it went to like $100. Lastly, going up to like $500 when Prohibition happened. That's like the highest amount, being more than what they even could make in a year. Jordan agrees. Plus, they all ran and hid underground if they weren't legal immigrants. Building tunnels to live in, that's just crazy. Yeah, I agree, Jordan. Do you remember your dad talking about how they built the underground tunnels between buildings, giving them warmth because of the basement walls were on either side of the tunnels? How only those who were already legal with a business such as a laundry shop, a restaurant, or like a retail operator felt safe enough to live above ground. Most of the Chinese immigrants had a family in China they were never able to have contact with. Yeah, Jordan agrees. Yes, I remember how sad that was to hear. Seeing it feels even more sad to me. Hmm. Yeah, Jordan, do you remember your dad saying how those who had a laundry shop above ground or a restaurant or a retail store had a secret door giving access for building tunnels to live under the railway station, allowing entrance to a shed to come and go and not be seen? As you both are walking through the tunnels, you imagine what it would be like to live in such a place when you notice where the Chinese voices are coming from, seeing about a dozen Chinese men gathered in a small area. Wow, Jordan, look at all those young Chinese men washing clothes in the basin of water, using that lye soap and a washboard. Oh my god, look at how bright red their hands are and all those open wounds on their knuckles. Every single one of them. Oh my god, Jordan. Yeah, I know that looks like it's very painful. Didn't my mom say something about how lye soap will eat your skin away? You both continue walking through the tunnels completely in awe, watching how these poor Chinese people have to live. Further down from where the clothes were getting washed, you and Jordan stumble on to a second group of about 10 young men working, also in laundry. This time they are ironing clothes. Hmm. Hey Jordan, you remember how your parents explained that the next level of laundry was doing the ironing? Oh, yes, yes, but didn't they end up still burning themselves or something like that? Yeah, yeah, I think that was true, Jordan. I remember Mom explaining how an iron was made from charcoal back then and had to be heated over a coal fire to be able to have it even iron anything. A lot different than what we have now, that's for sure. You both walk through an ironing area, concluding it must be much warmer than any other part of the Chinese section, most likely due to needing the coal fire to heat the irons. This group of men seem more happy, or maybe it's just less pain in their eyes. You're not sure as you continue walking along, watching them move back and forth between the coal fire and the ironing a piece of clothing. Wow, Jordan, look how they're sweating. I guess by all rights, it's much better than working with lye soap. I can't imagine having to heat up your iron at least 5 times, though, just to iron a shirt. Wow, this is horrific, no matter how you look at it. Jordan starts walking. Didn't our parents say something about a folding level, the best level of laundry other than being a legal immigrant and having a laundry shop? Yeah, I think so. I remember them talking about that. Maybe we should see if we can find that too. Yeah, that sounds great. Hey, didn't your dad talk about some bootlegging and opium dens? Yes, Jordan, he sure did. Remember, it had something to do with the gangsters running the booze through the tunnels and working with the Chinese, or making the Chinese work for them, since both were hiding from the cops. I bet that would be who we saw back there, pointing behind you. Didn't those gangsters say something about meeting in the opium den too tonight? Yeah, yeah, you're right, Jordan. They sure did. Maybe we will see them again. Do you remember the story of what the opium den was first used for? Jordan thinks for a moment. If I remember right, it was used for the Chinese so they didn't feel the pain so much, if at all. Then they became addicted to the opium, making it impossible for them to ever get out of the tunnels. You know, Jordan, that sounds right to me. Wow, we just came to a T-junction. Which way should we go? Let's go right. You turn right and walk a very short distance, entering into what seems to be a bedroom of sorts. There are built-in bunk beds on every wall with a table in the center of the room. Then you see them, Chinese men, crawling out of the beds and using a bong to smoke opium. Well, Jordan, I think we didn't find the folding table room. Yeah, I'll agree. I think we found the opium den. Looks rather comfy. You both make your way out of the den, ending up into yet another tunnel leading into an area that has a ripe smell of stale booze. There, along one wall, sits wooden whiskey barrels wrapped with metal clamps, one on top half and a second on the bottom half. At least 10 barrels in a row, all side by side, empty bottles and crates next to them, just waiting to be filled. Then you hear voices from a distance. It's two men talking to each other. Come on, we need to get out of here before the cops come. Yeah, I agree. You then see them running down yet another tunnel. Jordan, did you see those gangsters running that way? Let's follow them and see where they go. Jordan's already heading in the gangsters' direction. Come on, let's go. You both follow. Close behind the gangsters, watching them race through tunnels, going different directions and stopping at another T-junction, looking both ways and heading left. Once catching up, you look around the corner to the left side into darkness. Then looking to your right, you see another room, one that catches your interest. You turn back to Jordan. Hey, ha ha, come on, look what I found, the folding room. Let's go check it out. Jordan follows close behind. Wow, this sure is a lot nicer place to work than any of the other places we've seen. Walking into the folding room gives off the form of kindness in a much nicer area, almost like it is not a part of the tunnels at all. There are tables to use for folding the clothes. There's even a place to hang suits and jackets, even hangers to use, and real walls. You noticed a small door in the back wall, half hiding behind hanging clothes. Making your way over, you pull it open. Behind is a wall, reminding you of those other walls that flipped you around. Oh, hey, Jordan, I found another secret doorway. Come here, help me lean on it. Let's see where it takes us. A little hesitant, Jordan. I don't know, this is getting a little crazy. But I don't know, whatever. Yeah, okay, let's see what happens. The two of you lean your backs on the wall. Sure enough, it flips you right around like the others had. You find yourselves in the back room of a laundry shop. You can hear whispers coming from the front of the shop. You both walk through the back entranceway up to the front to find what looks like Chinese husband and his wife doing their job as laundry shop operators. Huh. Well, Jordan, I guess this proves that the legal Chinese immigrants were a part of tunnels being made and supporting those who were illegal immigrants. Shall we head back and check out that last tunnel and see where those gangsters went? Oh, yes, yes, please. That sounds like a great idea. Maybe we will even find your way out of here. With curiosity in your voice. Yes, I wonder where that secret door is that fits the golden key. We need to find that pretty soon, I bet. The two of you make your way back to the wall, lean on it with your backs, and flip yourselves back into the folding room. From there, you head down the tunnel you witnessed the gangster run down. It doesn't take long before you find yourselves in a very large area, big enough to be someone's home. A few hints are there for you both to find. Imprints in the deep dirt where people have sat and laid down. Some rags sit in a corner and a kettle in another. Straight across the room is another tunnel. You walk up to it, peeking around the corner, finding only goes one direction, straight ahead. Jordan's voice breaks your process. What did you find now? Another tunnel? She takes a look for herself. Yes, you betcha. Let's go. Maybe this one will get us out of here. You head down the tunnel without a further thought. Jordan is sure to follow right behind. It seems to take some time before you get to the end of the tunnel, finding a ladder leading up to above ground. When climbing the ladder, you are met with a heavy, round cement covering. It takes both you and Jordan to lift it, entering into what looks like a small shed with nothing in it. When pushing the door open, you find yourselves in a railway yard. Jordan reaches from behind, helping to push the door open with excitement. I really hope we are back to reality. Oh, yes, I agree. You give it a swift push of your own and add a little prayer. Please take us back to reality, to real time. As you were peeking around the edge of the door, crap, Jordan, I was hoping we'd be back in real time, not in a railway station yard. Me too. Your foot hits the dirt. Poof! To your surprise, you are now standing in the center of the village. Everything around you still looks the same. Even the girl and the woman still hover above the ground in their own little section of the village footpath. All the buildings are still dilapidated with weeds encompassing them. You take another step, looking back for Jordan. Oh my God. Jordan, are you still with me? Jordan, if you can hear me, step on the dirt. Jordan! You begin to think you have lost Jordan. Oh, wow. What? How did we end up here? Are we back to reality now? Haha, Jordan, I sure hope so. Everything pretty well looks the same to me. That was quite the journey we just went through. I'm so glad to see you again. Jordan stands next to you. I must agree. Still, I am not quite sure how we ended up back in time, or back here for that matter. You start walking. Me neither, but it was fun, and I would do it again. How about that secret door? Let's hope time didn't change here. We need to find that door. It's starting to get dark out. Better get a move on finding it. Where should we look? Well, I don't know. We could look through the lodge, or maybe the recreational room. They're the closest buildings with doors. Jordan, really? You think that it will be a regular door? It did say something about it being a secret door. Maybe it's not just the door. If your choice was to go to the recreational room, continue reading on. If your choice was to go to the lodge, continue and read from chapter number 17.